Hello, everyone. This is Wrestling Watcher, a YouTube channel that's about watching professional wrestling. So, with Becky Lynch joining the Vision, joining her husband, joining this heel stable with Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman, speculation has been running rampant on social media and X about a potential AJ Lee return to the company. Now, this past Raw, after the Becky Lynch and CM Punk and Seth Rollins segment, CM Punk asked Adam Pearce, "Where is SmackDown this week?" And he responded by saying Chicago. And CM Punk said, "Tremendous." Which suggests that he has some kind of plan for SmackDown, obviously. And the logic behind that booking would be the return of AJ Lee, his wife, to the company. And that's all but been fueled by announcers talking about it, that he also has a wife, and signs in the audience in Paris, and X and social media has been going crazy about this. Now, I find this to be really interesting for a few reasons. One, I think it would set up an obvious mixed tag match at WrestlePalooza between Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and AJ Lee. I also think War Games at Survivor Series would be relatively interesting too, because you could have Becky Lynch being the captain of the heels and AJ Lee being the captain of the baby faces. Now, that one-on-one match, I think you have to save it for WrestleMania. I do. I think Becky Lynch going into WrestleMania with that Women's Intercontinental Championship defending against AJ Lee is a WrestleMania match that could be built. And it could be built well. The only problem I have with this booking is, look, AJ Lee and CM Punk are both great superstars, but if she returns to the company and she's with him, they're both baby faces. And a babyface male wrestler and his babyface female counterpart being together, I can't remember a time where that's actually worked, where both being baby faces helped both superstars. I cannot remember a time where that happened. Maybe I'm wrong. It can work well for a heel and a female heel, but usually a female wrestler and a male wrestler, when they're both baby faces and they're together, usually you're just setting up for some kind of betrayal, right? Where the female wrestler betrays the male wrestler, and it's this vicious love triangle, and it's this whole terrible ordeal, right? But they're both married in real life, so I don't think that could happen. Which makes it very interesting to see where it would go in the long run, because I think they can exist on TV together as long as they have Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins as counterparts in a storyline to go against. But once that storyline's over, AJ Lee would have to go, back to just being singles on her own or leave the company. And then you have CM Punk there, who would have to go back to being singles, right? Because I don't think, a year from now, a year and a half from now, I don't see CM Punk and AJ Lee both as baby faces together. I don't see her being a valet for him. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that can happen. Maybe this could be, the exception to the rule type of thing, because I don't remember that ever working out. A babyface female and a babyface male teaming up together for a long, significant period of time. Usually it's a heel situation, right? It's like an Edge and Lita sort of thing. Or a Ric Flair and Woman. Or, it's one of the things, like back in the mid-90s when they brought in Mark Mero and Sable. And they both brought him in as this babyface duo. And he's this hot babyface character that they're trying to push, and he has Sable with him, this hot babyface female character, and she completely outshines him, and he looks terrible in the long run, and it breaks up, right? I don't remember it ever working. But I think AJ Lee returning to the company, if she is with CM Punk, and they are feuding with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins as their folly, as their villain, I think it could work for a long, significant period of time, at least till WrestleMania, right? And Survivor Series is the halfway point to that match. So we'll see what happens. That's going to be all for this one, guys. Thank you.